right, so real quick, what I'm going over is I really wanted to see how your USD is going to react. I saw that it popped up on the harmonic scanner. What I'm doing right now is just showing you guys real quick the possibilities of what could be going on. It popped up twice, popped up on the hour 1, and also popped up on the minute 15. So what I did was I drew areas of resistance, and I also drew a zone within that area. I mean, what I wanted to do for me to be able to enter the trade was I wanted to be able to see, and remember, it's only 6 minutes within this first hour, right? So we can't really judge what's going to happen in the markets based off the first 6 minutes of the hour. As you can see, what I did was I drew a zone, an area price reversal zone from the wick to the body of the candle, and I also drew axis of resistance. So I drew 1 and 1. I drew some here because you can see that there's was an area where price tested, you know what I'm saying? And I also drew one right here where price is at currently right now. So what I would have done is I would have waited to see how price is going to react. Yes, it's been bouncing off here, bounced off twice. There's a possibility that it could be reversing right now. But what I wanted to do is really much confirm and to see for myself if this trade was really going to happen, to see if it really is going to move in that general direction. As you can see, I usually take my trades off the 30-minute. It just gives you more confirmation to see the candles form, because I know the 1, the 5, and the 15-minute, there's a lot of tricky stuff that happens. You know, the easier it is for you to see and be more clear, the easier it is for you to enter the trade. So the reason why I put this zone here and I drew these 3 resistance lines, because now I know to pretty much wait and see what's going to happen within these areas for me to really enter the trade. Does that make sense so far? I'm giving Euro USD as an example, but it's also a trade setup for every single person. You know what I mean? It's allowing us to really see how the market reacts. And like I said, what a lot of people do all the time is they see this start to happen. They come in here and they chase the trade. Like, oh my God, I really got to take this trade. But how many times have you entered a trade? Say, for instance, let's change this color real quick. Say, for instance, this was your entry, right? And you saw it dropping. Do you see this drawdown that happened so far? Do you see this drawdown that happened from the area to like up there? It's, you know, like a 7 to 8 pip drawdown, whatever. But if this continues to go up to test out this zone and these acts of resistance, now your account is negative. I mean, and if you're over leveraging your account due to, you know, just doing high lot sizes because you're trying to make a come up, you can see how the drawdown will affect you in a negative way. How many people here have really taken trades, took a trade, and all of a sudden started moving in the opposite direction to test out a certain area and then it reversed? Has anybody went through that on here? So the thing that I'm going to go over, and we're going to wait a couple more minutes. I just wanted to give you guys some clarification exactly what we're looking at, because I don't want you guys just looking at a, you know, blank screen with some charts. I want to show you guys how I make sure that I confirm. You know, I make sure that it's a lot safer for me to enter these trades, and I'm not going to be that type of person that's just going to press buy or sell just because it looks like it's going to drop. You know, I want the confirmations. I want to make sure and understand and know exactly why the market is doing what it's doing. I want to see exactly where it's testing in the market, so that way when I take the trade, it goes in the direction I go. I could change my stop loss to stop profit, and if I fall asleep, whatever, it don't matter, because I know I'm not risking any money. So we're gonna wait for like, you know, 2 or 3 more minutes. Trust me. For other people that freak out, like, oh, you know, 2 or 3 more minutes give you time to enter a trade. Yo, you guys got plenty of time. You know, we want to see how the market moves. We want to see how the market responds due to the principles and the technicals that we've been learning for the past, you know, 2 weeks. Combine everything together so that way you guys could become masters at understanding when these setups happen, you know, because the harmonic scanner is giving you these trades. Most importantly, you're entering correctly. You're entering based off, you know, all the confirmations, plus the harmonic scanner pretty much tells you when the trade is going to happen. The only thing that we want to know is when, right? Timing is everything when it comes to Forex. It's about being patient. It's a transfer of money from the impatient to the patient. So the more patient that you are, the more disciplined that you are, the better results that you are going to have. Trust me on this, you know? But yeah, We'll wait like 2 or 3 more minutes to see a lot more people is coming on here. Is everybody having a good day so far? And is everybody understanding what I'm saying so far? Yo, trust me on this, guys. I'm gonna break this stuff down so simple, so basic to the point where it's just gonna be easy, guys. And like I said, it's just gonna get boring. You're gonna make money, it's gonna get boring because it's like, oh, it's doing what I wanted to do. But guess what? That's a good thing to happen, right? But okay, so someone said, I understand, but isn't Euro a bad example to learn and trade from at the moment because of Brexit? Well, with that being said, the number one rule is proper risk management. You want proper risk management. For every $1,000 in your account, you want to be using 10 cents. So that way you could risk 2% of your account. So that way, if you did a 20 pip stop loss, you lost $20 out of 1,000. You're only risking 2%. If you have $100 in your account, you're only going to do 1 cent trades. The reason being, and a lot of people haven't been able to take trades because they have to understand that because of the volatility of the market based off fundamental, which is the news, people speaking, all that type of stuff, we have to practice proper risk management. And a lot of brokers will only give you a 1 in 50 leverage anyways. But then again, it's all right. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm showing you on Euro right now is to give you guys an example, because this is an education platform. This is an education live trade room. Yes, we do forecasts. We also see how trades are confirmed. And I know a lot of people have been making money based off the stuff that they've been learning. So I want to teach you guys how I'm able to go on here, look at the charts, able to analyze, combine my technicals, and be able to be good. Now, someone just asked me, Chris, do you enter your own personal trades in here or only show what you or others should do? Now, here's the thing. I had to make a sacrifice for everybody. If I'm over here focusing on trading, if I'm over here focusing on taking trades on my own, I'm going to be emotionally connected. My main focus would be my profits or my losses that's going on. I might rush it, but the thing is, I know that in order to give you guys everything, I have to give you guys everything. I have to give you guys 100% of my attention. So my main focus is educating you guys. My main focus is doing the forecasts and making sure that these trades are correct, so that way, I don't have you guys risk too much money. You guys make as much profits as much as possible, but at the same time, you guys are going to be independent traders because now you guys have the harmonic scanner saying, hey, here's the trade. But then you guys have the technical side saying, hey, this is how I enter. Now, with the harmonic scanner giving you guys trades on a constant basis, come on your technicals, that means you guys profit every single day. So in order for that to happen, I have to focus on you guys. I have to focus on making sure that these charts are good to go. The reason being is because, no, these are actual trades, dude. I always show actual trades. The first week and a half, we went to a live trade room, we caught over 1,000 pips. You know what I'm saying? So if you did $1 lot, people would have made $10,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's all matter right now is understanding. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's up. One more minute, we'll get set up. There's people coming on, and then we'll get going from there. The confirmations that we go over on the technicals is support and resistance, supply and demand zones, price action, aka trend lines. For the basics, so you guys know the basic technicals and understand that the basics, right, is the key to success. I'll give you an example right now while we're here. All right. All right, check this out. Basics. I'll bring up USD JPY because it's one of the most predictable things in the market. Let's do this. All right, cool. Let me change this color. All right, so basics, support and resistance combined with supply and demand zone. Let's get an example. Resistance and support are levels in the market, aka imaginary lines, where price will come up and test and fail, which means that it will not break beyond that point. Now, what support is pretty much where price comes down, bounces in reverse, it tests it and it fails, and it acts as a floor. But what happens more often than not is that price will break through that support, come back up and test it as resistance, aka a ceiling. Combined with the zone, and the way I draw the zone is from the wick to the body of the candles, an area where price came in and got the heck away from. Combined with resistance or support, combined with support, you're able to take trades based off these technicals, right? And make a lot of pips. So let's give an example. Oh, I drew a line here. Oh, there's a zone. Oh, there's also resistance. Let me sell it. And let me catch 281 pips. Awesome. Now price came down. This is a newfound active support. You could have drawn the zone out. You could have waited to see how price is going to react once it came into the zone and tested the support, and you could have bought it, which means that you could have had a potential of 321 pips. All right. Then came back into the zone and tested this resistance, aka ceiling, one more time. And let's say that you sold it and you had the potential of even catching the news, 777 pips. Do you see how a box, a line, could help you guys profit on a daily basis? You see how simple that Forex really is, combining these technicals? So what happened when I first started trading is the fact that I overcomplicated everything. I made everything super complicated. I was stressing out. You could ask everybody that was around when I first started training. The scanner's up right now. I'm using it. I'm looking at Euro USD, right? But I would overcomplicate it, and I'm like, man, like I would do a bunch of stuff. You would see my charts. My charts would have like lines everywhere. I have lines where it's just like not even relevant right now because price is not even in this area, but I'm over here drawing lines above it. I made my charts pretty much look like a zebra, and it was just like, okay, cool. And then I had zones everywhere, all this type of stuff. Then on top of that, I would have my trend lines, and I'll be drawing my trend lines to the point where it's just lines everywhere, which is still respected, obviously. I mean, still areas where price respected. But what it did was it created more confusion for myself. You know what I'm saying? What it did was just like, all right, well, I'm watching this. Like, it's just, to me, that's just like, it's just sloppy. And I'm not saying that my way of trading is the right way, right? I'm logged into TradingView right now, or the IML scanner. But yeah, so like I'll see all this and it's just like, oh my gosh, all this clutter, everything, whatever. No. What I like to do is I like to remove everything and I like to have it pretty much simple. You know what I'm saying? Out of areas where price had support. So I know that this area where this wick is a very, very huge zone. I know it's a very huge zone. But the cool thing about it was the fact that I drew 3 lines of support. So now I know if price moves into this area, I have 3 areas to watch out in this price reversal zone. So now it's giving me entries of pretty much where to enter. Now, if we looked at the daily on the harmonic scanner, we also saw that this area was an entry area for a long-term buy. But the thing is, what I want to do is I want to see how price responds, see if it comes down really to the entry area based off the harmonic scanner. Now I have an area where I could watch out for so I can enter. I could watch how price responds due to these acts of support in this supply and demand zone. Then I could be able to get a perfect entry, change my stop loss to stop profit, and let it right out to take profit 1, 2, and 3 based off the harmonic scanner. Now let's look at what's happening right now with Euro USD. As you can see, price obviously is not super dropping down right now. We're still waiting. This is a 30-minute. That's why I like 30 minutes. And I still want to see if price is going up to test one of these areas, okay? The reason being is I know this is a zone, and I know just from experience is the fact that price loves to dip into those zones, and it likes to do certain things. I like to watch it so that way I could be able to take these trades perfectly. Does it make sense so far? Like I said, I just showed you guys that I want you guys to understand support and resistance and also the zones. So that way you guys know the basic technicals to enter the trade. All right. Sometimes I'll wait for a double tap, but if I'm feeling like if I'm having that market sentiment, what market sentiment is the way that you feel towards the market, which also plays a big factor as well. As long as you combine it with technical analysis, right? So if I feel that it comes up into this area and I want to risk it, yes, I could enter a trade up here and put a stop loss here and just wait. But it's your risk. It's your stop. It's you entering because you feel comfortable and you feel that the market is going to reverse based on the technical analysis combined with everything, and then you guys enter the trade. Now, forever, like the reason why I put this little magenta or pink, line here is if you did enter here, you could have saw that I started moving up, creating some drawdown, making people think that I was going to sell. It's still possible it could drop. The thing is, I would have waited to hit the zone. Now, this is the type of style of trader that I am. If it doesn't go into an area, you can't hear me? Yo, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, cool. All right. Now, what I would do is if price did reverse and drop, well, guess what? I missed the trade. Whoop-de-doo, right? But if market went up into my zone that I drew out and test one of these resistance lines, then it makes me feel more comfortable for a trade. So I trade based off, maybe I need to is it clear, guys? Like, is it clear when I'm talking? All right, maybe it's your computer, bro. It's not my computer. I got a MacBook. All right, anyways, yeah, so I feel more comfortable if I came into the zone and tested, right, for me to enter the trade. That's just the way that I am. Yes, sometimes I might lose a trade. Dude, that's weird. Everybody else can hear me, man. Wait, what? Restart? Oh, yeah. Restart your computer or something. I'll still be on here for the next hour pretty much. Well, yeah, so what I was saying is I feel more comfortable on the fact if it came into my zone and tested my resistance lines, so that way I could be more comfortable to enter this trade, right? I don't chase trades, I just wait. Is there any news in the futures auto trader? It's being worked on. There's more. Are you sure it's not on mute? I'm not on mute. Everybody can hear me. Um, future trades copy is being worked on. We got 2 other scanners being worked on. I mean, IMO Academy will pretty much be done and recorded on Wednesday. Make sure everything's good, and then from there we'll be able to have a lot more. IML TV will be coming out in the next couple weeks, right? So we're working on everything to give you guys the best experience possible when it comes to this, because it's all about attracting, captivating, and engaging the audience, right? Is there a release date? No, it's being worked on right now. When there's a release date, we'll let everybody know the release date. We're those type of people that's not gonna just hide everything from everybody. We're gonna make sure that you guys are informed of everything that's going on. So we'll be good to go from there. So if you guys give me a second, I have to take a quick bathroom break real quick. I'll be back in literally 10 seconds. Actually, not 10 seconds, at least 1 minute. So just look at what's going on right now. Guess what, guys? I'm back. Thank you. I had to use the bathroom real quick. So as you can see, I don't do pending order. I do market execution. I like to do market execution. I like to feel like I could take the trade real quick so I don't miss my entry. I just like looking at the charts. The way that I trade is that I'll wait. So I trade usually during London session, and I'll draw like a zone like this. I'll draw my axis of resistance. I'll watch it. I'll be patient. I'm patient. I'm patient. I watch. I watch. I respond. I respond. I take the trade. I twin trade it, right? So the price comes and hits it, takes 30 pips. I take one order out. I change my other stop loss to stop profit and just let it ride out. All right, guys. I know we want to do like a Q&A of everything with the company right now, but what I wanted to do is just pretty much break everything down here to get you guys ready for a trade setup, and also teach you guys, the basics, all type of stuff, so that way we could go from there. Nader's bomb. I like him. He has mad support, mad love for that guy. Also, too, we keep this trade room positive. You know what I mean? We keep it nice, positive, and everything for everybody to go. This is a perfect learning environment. It's very chill. I think they even have a little bit of music playing. But yeah, look what's going on right now, guys. You see what's going on right now? What is going on right now? Some people would have took that trade and started selling it, right? Right? So I'm waiting, I'm reacting, I'm watching, and I'm watching. Just pretty much just watching it. And now you can see that it broke past this resistance. Let's see which resistance line is going to touch. Why do I always do that every time I go in the chat? Yeah, the old me would have taken that sell. You know what I'm saying? So I just would have waited. I would have waited to see. We got 2 more minutes in the 30-minute to see what happens. And here's the thing about me too, is the fact that I don't take trades unless the candles close. So if it's 12:02 and I'm looking at the 30-minute candles and I take a trade when it's 12:02, I played myself. Because now it gives 28 minutes for price to do whatever it wants, and now I have to wait to see what happens to those candles. So what I like to do is I like to wait till the candles are closed. So now I'm taking trades in 30-minute increments. You know what I'm saying? So the price comes up, boom, it hits here. Cool. Now let me watch the next candle. The price moves up. All right, cool. And then like it hits here, whatever. And I see price moving down and then price moving down again. It was so easy to take that trade. So easy to take that sell and put my stop loss right up here above this wick. And the more they started going in profit, the more I could trail my stops. Trading simple, guys. You guys see it? You see how easy this is? It's super easy. This is not overcomplicated. It's actually really easy once you wait to be disciplined and you're watching it. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty simple. Because like, watch this, guys. A box and 3 lines. I'm waiting for it to touch. I'm waiting for it to spawn. I could look for a double retest on the 15-minute. I could confirm, wait for candles to close, see for respects in those areas, and then I take the trade. So yes, Jeffrey is right. It is hard to be disciplined because of emotions. We are emotional, right? So you have to be emotionless. The way that I do this is I act like my money's gone. I know I'm not saying that to be negative or anything like that. But I know that whatever money that I put into this is not money that like I super need. It's not like, it's not like you're gambling. You're like, all right, I'm putting my life savings into this. If this doesn't work, then I hate Forex and I'm never gonna do it again. Like, nah, like, be patient and have fun with it. Put $200 into the account, do 2-cent trades, practice, make some pips. Don't focus on the profits, focus on the pips. Get a trading journal. You know what I mean? So that way you can mark and like, yo, check this out. Think how organized and disciplined this is. You're like, all right, I'm gonna trade tonight. So what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna make sure that I'm ready. I'm gonna make sure that there's trades that are set up good to go. Oh, cool. There's a harmonic pattern that popped up on Euro USD. And it's also popped up on the minute 15. Now let me go. That's one confirmation letting me know that a trade is getting ready to go, right? All right, guys, let's go back into this whole thing, right? So I see that the scanner puts up a trade. I go back onto the charts. You're like, yo, I remember when Chris Derrick was in my trade room and he taught me how to draw supply and demand zones. He taught me how to draw support and resistance, which is very basic. He's not like a master. He's not like a guru. He's just really good at regurgitated information because at the same time, all this information is all researchable information. I mean, it's all a matter of like coming to a place where we can combine everything together. And that's what I'm here for. And I'm very blessed that Chris Terry allowed me to do this for you guys because I love doing this stuff. Doesn't matter if I'm tired, whatever, I still bring in the same energy, right? So boom, tonight I'm gonna trade. Oh, Euro USD. There's a pattern that popped up, right? After the pattern popped up, go on Euro USD. All right, I'm on the 1 hour. All right, so drew a zone, drew 3 axes of resistance. Let's see how it's going to respond. I watch how it responds. I see if it breaks above and tests one of these areas out. Once it does, I'm very patient. You're not going to win every trade, hence the reason of a stop loss, right? You got the stop loss, all that type of stuff, and you're ready to go, and then you'll be ready. Does that make sense? Of course, Derek. Oh, I muted myself. I'm not talking. If you don't hear me, I probably muted myself. All right. But I can draw support and resistance lines. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are ready for a setup. I hope you guys are happy in the fact that I could, help you guys with the setup, help you guys with the trade. So that way you guys could get comfortable and you guys could be able to make money and you guys could be like, oh, this is amazing. But the thing is, if you take the trade, if you make the profits, it's not because of me. It's because you guys understand. It's because you guys conceptualize. It's because you guys are very fast learners. It's because you guys embrace it. You guys are a sponge. You know what I'm saying? I draw the supply and demand zone on the hour one. But yeah, so let's just be patient. Let's watch how this works and let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Look. Oh, there's a red candle, right? It must be testing twice. It's probably gonna drop. No, I'm going to wait another 27 more minutes to see exactly where this candle closes. So then I could be ready for a trade, right? If minute 15 is your entry, then that's even fine too. I like minute 15 as well for some people because they could come up and see if it does a double retest, make a double top. If this drops below this little neck or this wick right here, then I'll enter the trade and be fearless with it. So, but yeah, it's all up to you guys. I'm just letting you guys know. I used to take trades off the 15-minute. There's nothing wrong with taking trades off the 15-minute, honestly, at all. To each his own. I just like 30-minute. That's just me. But you guys could pick your trading style because trading is subjective. Trading is depending on the way you see it, the way you see it with market sentiment. But I like when I draw things up, and I like when price does exactly what I say it's going to do. So that's a good feeling. Isn't it a good feeling? It should be a good feeling. And then you can say you're a market maker. No, I'm just kidding. So somebody asked me, I just moved the pink line. I just moved the pink line because I just put this as like a stop loss. If you guys entered any of these trades here, this could have been your stop loss, all type of stuff. But for everybody else that's on here and it says, yo, what about AUD Yo, what about USD CAD? We're looking at Euro USD right now. So with that being said, wouldn't you feel more comfortable in the fact that we drew everything up? We forecasted one pair, right? You focus on one pair so you guys could be able to see how these things work and you guys be able to take a trade. Because, a pip is a pip. You know what I'm saying? A pip is a pip. Doesn't matter what pair it is. So what I would do is I would focus. I would pick 2 or 3 pairs that I'm looking at, but whichever one that I draw up and whichever one is responding in the manner that I drew it up, and I have the discipline and the confirmations to enter those trades, your USD looks the best right now. You want to know why it looks the best right now? Because the thing is, harmonic scanner, it gave a Gartley pattern on the hour one. You can also look at the minute 15 and see that there's also a Gartley pattern on the minute 15. Boom, boom. As you can see, I drew these little purple magenta lines or whatever you want to call it. And those are my acts of resistance. Then I came on here. I saw there's a zone because there's a wick here. I drew a zone. I have my resistance lines. So it's like, okay, this trade right now is very big. You mean it looks very good. It looks very good. It looks very appealing. I have all my confirmations ready to go. Let's see how price responds in these areas. And the area that I'm talking about is right here in this area. Oh, look, price is moving up. You see how it's important to be patient when it comes to trading? You see how it's very patient. You don't jump the gun. You're like, I'm going to sell it now. Oh my gosh, look, it made a wick. Now you're like, what? If you took the trade there, you're like 16 pips in drawdown and you're freaking out right now. You're like, oh my God, I did a $5 trade. No, I was kidding. But like, you mean like I did a high leverage trade. Now my account, I'm in margin call. Everything is red. I don't like it. I like the color blue because that means I'm in profit. But I see everything red. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going to be patient. I'm gonna be patient while somebody else took a sell here, then it comes all the way up, tests one of these areas, and then it drops. By that time, you already blew your account because you over leveraged your account. You know what I'm saying? So let me type up the risk management stuff for you guys so you guys can see how simple this is. For every $1,000, the trades that you should be taking is around 0.10. So that way, if you did a 20 pip stop loss, right? You're only risking 2% of your account, which is the equivalent of pretty much $20. Make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Hold on, guys. My foot's asleep, so let me stand up for a second. Yeah, my foot was asleep. My foot always falls asleep here. I should start sitting in a chair or something. Oh, no, my mic was off. My mic was actually, I'm going to sit in a chair, guys. I'm going to sit in a chair. All right, so let's say, for instance, what I would do is if the way that I say when I twin trade, right, is if I still had $1,000 in my account and I only wanted to risk a 0.10 lot, what I would do is I do a 0.05, which obviously equals 0.10, right? Right? So I'm still only risking 2% of my account. But if I wanted to twin trade, the one thing that I like to do, geez, my legs asleep. Ugh. The thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that when I twin trade it, if it goes 30 pips in profit, I take profit off the first order. For the second order, I change my stop loss to a stop profit. Does it make sense? I love trading V. You can like draw stuff up. You like tag stuff on here. Stretch leg right out, grab your toes and stretch. That's what we do when you're underwater. Do some squats. Yo, you guys are funny. Oh man. All right, so does this make sense? Let me put it in a place where it's clear so you guys can see it. 1,000 pips, $1,000, 10 cent, 20 pips stop loss, 2%, $20, right? Only risking it. But if I wanted to do a twin trade, I do a 0.05, do a 0.05, which equals 0.10. So it still equals that out. So let me draw it out on how to enter these trades, right? The way I draw it out is this. Let me delete this. Delete, right? Let's take this, right? Let's take this magenta line, right? Let's say I took a trade here, right? Let's say it came up here, tested, whatever, cool. And I took a trade like up here, right? So for now, I'm going to delete these resistance lines so it's a lot more clear. I'm going to delete this box. I'll draw it back up again, right? So let's say that this was my my entry, right? Then what I would do is the red is my stop loss. Make sense? Here, I'll even break it down. Entry, stop loss. Bam. Look at that. All right. So entry, stop loss, right? Now, when I do a twin trade, it's pretty much me doing 2 orders, right? Yeah, wait for confirmation, guys. Don't rush this. Like, it's not like in 1 minute, that just goes crazy. Just wait, be patient, right? It's not going anywhere. Markets aren't going anywhere, right? Remember that. Yo, entry, stop loss, right? Twin trade. That means where this line is, I pretty much do a market execution twice. So if I have $1,000 in my account, I'll do a 0.05 and I'll do a 0.05. The moment this starts coming down and this starts moving, right? Starts moving down. The moment this goes at least around 30 pips in profit, which is around this area. Hold on. Trying to break this down and draw this out for you guys perfectly, right? So this is 30 pips in profit. Once this moves all the way to this zone right here, right, to this area, I take 1 order that was here because I did 2 orders, right? I take the profit off 1. Then I change my stop loss to a 5 pip stop profit. Now, the way you do that is if your entry was at, let's see where this is at right now. Say your entry is at 1.10686, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5 because it's obviously dropping. So it's going to be a 1.1063. So when I do that, let's do this right here. Let's do this one. You go into your stop loss on your MetaTrader. It was 1063, right? No, 1.1063. Boom. You see how it just goes automatically here, right? You see how it just goes automatically there? Let me change this so you guys can see this a little better. Let's change it to like a dotted line, right? So your dotted line, that's your stop profit. See how I typed it in? You can type that into your MetaTrader 4. Once it starts moving and dropping all the way down, right? And you're able to have a 5 pip stop profit. So if market did decide to move up in reverse and hit, you didn't risk anything of your account, right? You didn't, yeah, don't sell yet, guys. Like, just because I'm showing you guys this right now doesn't mean to sell right now. I hope no one's rushing. Let me draw this back up. I don't want anyone to like lose any money. You just wait. Boom, wait, here. Let me delete these lines. Does that make sense though for twin trading and stop profits and trailing stops? Does that make sense, guys? I hope it makes sense. I'm drawing it out. I'm putting it in detail so that way you guys can see it more clearly. Let me go back and draw these resistance lines for you guys so no one jumps the gun, you know, pulls the trigger too early. Oh, look at that. Touch that wick. Look, yeah, 15 minutes left on the candle. Yeah, 15 minutes left on the candle. Just wait. You like it, Chance? Hell yeah. Yo, Michael Waspy, please don't tell me you did a $10 lot because I know for a fact that if you're trading Euro USD right now, I don't think that. All right, cool. It's like, I did not tell you to do that. If you blew your account, it's not my fault. It's yours. All right. So okay. What does this look like right now? Right? If the entry is here and your take profits is here, and that means market is supposed to move down, that means you're looking for an entry for a sell, correct? You're looking for an entry for a sell, correct? Don't worry, I'll go over resistance lines, all that type of stuff. So wait to see how price responds. I broke down about, trailing stops, all that type of stuff, etc. Well, what I'll do real quick, we'll keep going back and looking at this, because if you are trading off the 15-minute, that's a lot easier to wait, because this is what happens majority of the time. And trust me, right? Just because it bounces off one area, that does not mean for you to enter the trade right now, right? Yeah, Jeffrey's right. All right. So what's gonna happen is this. If people waited for this first test and like, oh, looks like it's reversing now, it's very possible the market could come down like this, right? But if you're not waiting for a second retest or another confirmation, how many times have you seen this happen? How many times have you seen that happen? How many times have you seen that happen? You're like, oh, I'm gonna sell it now, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Are you serious? Like, it literally went all the way up? You mean, like, it happens, guys? It happens. You want to wait. You want to wait. But what's cool is not all the time is not going to make a perfect M, a perfect double top. What could happen is this. Market could come up and hit all the way up here, right? And it could do this. It could come back down. Once it comes back down, it could come back up, hit again, and it could drop. And I know a lot of people have seen this before, right? Double top, an M, all that type of stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you guys have seen this before, right? You guys have seen like a double top or an M happen, right? All right, cool. But what could also happen is this, and this is what I figured out about the markets. It's not always going to make a perfect M or W, right? What you can see is the fact that market will reverse off a certain point, right? But it could come back up and hit any one of these resistance level as a newfound, or as a resistance, you know what I'm saying? So it could come up here and it could drop like that. Then the M could look like that. Or you could see that price will come up and test this active resistance and do that. And how many times have you seen that? So what you want to wait for is to see what happens to the price, to see where it reverses, but where it comes back up. And even if it tests any of these resistance lines, you could tell that this zone is a very powerful zone where price will reverse, and you're watching this whole area. You're watching how price will respond. You mean? But what you want to do is you want to wait to see where the second retest is going to be. Sometimes the second retest will be all the way up here. You'll see it, right? Sometimes you see it come up here. But the fact is, you have these resistance lines drawn up. So you could respond in any way, form, or fashion, and you could win the trade 100% of the time. You see how this is? People always run out of time. Sometimes I don't see perfect M. Sometimes I don't see perfect double top. I don't get it. I mean, the market makers, every time I take a trade, they're just coming to take my money. You mean they know exactly when to enter a trade? Yo, the same things you say all the time, right? So what this does is it confirms multiple times. You can see where it's going to respond. So let's just watch it. Let's see. Just watch. Just because it reverses the first time, let it reverse. Don't chase it. See where it comes back up. See where it tests. You have these lines drawn up. You go on the 1 hour and you can see the resistance line here and here and there. You know what I'm saying? You have 3 areas where you're watching where price is moving to. You know what I'm saying? All right. So with that being said, with everything that you see right now, do you guys understand why markets move the way it does? Why it makes double tops? Or why it will drop down? You mean? Or sometimes you might see this happen. Check this out. Right? You might see this happen. Obviously, we're on the 15-minute right now, so you can see like more little retests. But sometimes you might see this happen, right? I'm giving you guys perfect examples so you guys can see. Sometimes it'll reverse here. Then it'll bounce up, right? Then it'll test off here. Then it'll come back up. Then once it comes back up, it'll drop again. and then it'll come back and retest again. And what this is called is what? A head and shoulders. Now you guys see why markets do what it does. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, boom, shoulder, head, shoulders. So it's like you have all these like different types of patterns that happen. But the thing is, you know what you're waiting for. You know where you're waiting for it, to pretty much test. You know what I'm saying? You can either make a head and shoulders. It could come up and create a double top. It could come up and hit up here, come back down and make like an M, slanted M. You know what I'm saying? You guys can see exactly why this happens. You know what I'm saying? You see exactly why this happens. You mean? And you could respond and prepare for it, guys. You can respond and prepare for it, because if this moves down, right, and this comes back up all the way up here, you played yourself, because now you took the trade, you sold it. Now you're in drawdown. Just wait. Now you see it come back up, down. You're like, all right, cool. And you could have taken the trade, whatever. Even if you took a trade right here, it still comes up. You have your stop loss up here, but you have double confirmations. Sometimes they'll test 3 times. But the thing is, it's the fact that it's getting ready. It's getting ready. You mean? And as long as you know what the areas that it's coming to respect, you guys could be profitable, right? The only other technical areas to help identify perfect entry that I'm showing you guys right now is support, resistance, and supply and demand. This is all you need. You mean? Everyone thinks that there's a secret there's a secret formula for Forex. Like, no, it's all about responding and being patient. The more that you're patient, obviously you gotta, take the trigger and pull the trigger. But the more that you're patient, you're able to see and to test and to see how things are gonna react. You mean, the more that you watch how price moves, it's revealing its card, it's revealing its next move. Look, price is now moving and coming down. You know what I'm saying? And this is a 15-minute. And what it might do is it might engulf, which means that the red candle covers the green, which means that it's in a bearish momentum. You know what I'm saying? So now that it's coming down, go ahead. Everybody else could trade. Oh, yeah, I'm going to trade it, whatever. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if price will at least come back up and test one of these zones out. If it comes back up and tests right here and then drops, then good. I'll take the trade. If it comes back up here, right, it does a head and shoulders and tests again, then good. But at least I know that it's giving me confirmations. I mean, it's giving me confirmations. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this helps, guys. I'm trying to make it more, give you guys more clarity when it comes to entering trades combined with a scanner, so you guys could profit. If you have an idea what's going on and why don't you place a pending order? Yes, it's very possible that you could place a pending order. You could do all type of stuff, but for me, just the way that I am, if you want to do pending order, then that's cool. For me, I just like to watch, because the more that I see, the more that I watch how market reverses and how price reacts to certain points, the more it starts to ingrain into my mind and create that habitual subconscious mindset. So all of a sudden, when I see this, I might not even have to draw these, resistance lines or these zones, because it just clicks. It's like, oh, yep, I've seen that before. Yep, I've seen that before. Yep, I've seen that before. Right? And it just helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of details that comes into this. It's little minor details, but it's fine, right? Now zones, everyone wants to go zones real quick. All right, we'll go over zones real quick, right? Like I said, when I gave you guys my trading routine, guys. I give you guys my trading routine, so my trading routine is, when I see it and I see double retest, I wait for the confirmations, I wait for the candles to close, I wait for it to confirm, I wait for it to respond, and I twin trade it. The reason why I twin trade it is because of this. I get the greed effect out of the way, and I also get the benefit of the doubt that I called a good swing trade. The reason being now is the fact that I call it a good swing trade. It's like I either could wake up, it hits my stop profit, or wake up and I'm 100 pips in profit. Either way, I win. You know what I mean? All right. The way that I enter the trade is I'm going to wait now and I'm going to see if it's going to come up and test any of these areas of resistance, and then I enter, right? Let me say it again. All right. So support and resistance and zones real quick. Like I said before, is support and resistance is areas where price bounced off, you mean, and tested and failed, right? Perfect example is right here. As you can see, price came up, tested, it's like a floor, that's called support. Broke through, resistance, resistance, resistance. I could draw a line here, mark reversed here. Let's see what happens. It came back down and respected, and now that's the floor. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised now if market either came down or moved up. Now, what we're doing is responding to how the markets work. If I sold it now, what would be my reason? I gave you guys all my reasons. Yo, does everybody understand the reasons why I would have sold it if it comes and tests one of these resistance line? Does everybody understand? All right, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Harmonic scanner, check. Go back on here. Zone, check. I drew 3 lines of resistance, check. Is it testing, right? I'm gonna wait for a double retest, right? I could go in the 15-minute, I could watch, right? I could see what it's going to do, right? So either price could come down and then come up and test any of these lines. It could either come up here, it could either come up here, or it could come up here. Or it could come up here, come back down, and then do a, they could do a head and shoulders. No matter what, I'm waiting for one of these second retests. It means to be able to take the trade. You know what I'm saying? So check, that's 4 confirmations, right? So I have resistance, I have a zone, I have a double retest that I'm waiting for to confirm, waiting for candle to close, another confirmation, right? And I'm also, I said scanner, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have like 5 or 6 checks, like oh yeah, easy. So now if you're writing this journal, your trading journal, and you're able to write this down, you're like, okay, cool, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I could sell this right now. I could sell this right now. I could wait and sell this right now, right? And then you take the trade, and all of a sudden, you just start seeing it move in the direction that it's moving. Wick or candle, it doesn't matter to me. Wick or candle. Either the wick tries to break, it shows a wick, that means the candle tried to break through and it didn't. If I see a candle move up, but then I see another candle move down, that means it respected that resistance line. You mean it's all about just having that market sentiment. Now, market sentiment is the way that you feel about the market, right? But at the same time, you're combining the technicals together to give you that feeling, to give you that sentiment of the reason why you get into that trade in the first place. It's very easy for me to be able to watch it hit twice and respect, and if it'll be comfortable for me to put a stop loss, because I know there's probably a high probability that's not going to hit my stop loss, because I have like 6 confirmations that the trade is happening good in the first place, right? So if either hits any one of these resistance lines, I'm showing the 15-minute right now, after it reverses once, hits any one of these resistance lines, and then it fails it, then I'll enter the trade easily. Retest, no entry, right? Is that clear now? Is that clear now why I would be selling this? I'm trying to be as clear as possible. I'm trying to break it down in simpler terms. I understand there's new people on here. There's nothing against you guys. I just want to make sure that I hit for every single type of learner that's on here, Yes, after the retest, I would short. I said that. Doji alert. All right, cool. Awesome. So real quick, just as a little clarification for the people that's new, because we have to get in the best, stuff, right? So check it. Support, floor, breakthrough, resistance, ceiling. Ceiling comes down, price to floor. Floor comes back up, test the ceiling. Comes back down, Now there's a newfound support down here in this area. So it's going to see there's 3 areas where these wicks touched. There's 3 areas of support, right? Now, the way that I draw zones, right? Look how crazy this is. The way that I'll draw a zone is very, very simple. Market came down and reversed over here. So there's an area where the wick came through and reversed. As you can see, it moved about how long? 152 pips, right? So what I'll do is I'll go to the wick of that, reversal. Then I go to the body of the candle, right? Now, mind you, I didn't see any of this stuff over here on this side, right? Mind you, all I saw was this happen, and I put a support line, and I drew this box. I'm going to go to the settings right here. I'm going to put this to 1,000 so I could shoot into the future. Now, mind you, I didn't even see, say I didn't see anything that was going on in the future. I want you guys to see how these zones are very well respected in the market. Reverse, 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 reverse. Does that give a sense of clarity now on how our market reverse? I just drew one little zone here. I shot into the future. Do you see the multiple areas where you could have entered a trade? Boom, area, trade, boom, zone, support, boom, area, trade, zone, resistance, boom, another area, right? Zone, resistance. Oh my gosh, another one right here. Came up. Boom. Multiple areas. We can make thousands for using dollar entries, especially when you get to that point. All right. Yo. Here's the thing. I understand you want to help out, and we want to call trades out as well. And I know someone says buy GU right now, buy GU. Right now it's consolidating. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's consolidating right now. And the fact is that we don't want people to come on these charts and be able to come here oh, let's just buy it now. Well, they have no reason of why they would buy right now. What they want to do is make sure you draw things up to understand why. Why would it do that in the first place? You know what I'm saying? If it is a buy, why would you do that? Why would you enter the trade? What gives perfect confirmation of why would it enter the trade? You mean? So now you're trying to see okay, how's the market reacting, right? How's the market reacting? You mean? Right now, the way you see it, even if you went on the 15-minute, you're able to see right now, it's okay, you have an active support and support, right? As you can see right now, these support lines, it's underneath. So it doesn't even give me a confirmation to really enter this trade in the first place. You mean unless it respects a certain line of support and also hits the zone, right? So forget about it right now. Just focus on the stuff that's you can see it happening right in front of your eyes. That's the reason why I made sure that I picked, oh, look at this. Look at this. Your UST is dropping, right? So this is what happens. Before, I ain't gonna lie, I would enter a trade, but then I would see this happen. I would see this just come down. I'm oh my gosh, right? Then I would go to sleep. I'm all right, got my stop loss set up. And all of a sudden it's just boom, all the way up here. I'm yo, what happened? Are you serious? I saw it reversing. I called it right, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is I really want to wait to see where price is going to test up in these zones, right? I want to see if price is going to come up and test this resistance line. I want to see if price could move up and test this one and make a double top, or price could come up here and make a slanted one and then create a head and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Patience, guys, patience. Does that make sense though? How many of you guys have seen a reversal like this? You've taken the trade, but all of a sudden you see it move back up. And then you wonder where all your profits went. Has that happened before? No, my mic is off. I'm just waiting for the responses. I'm seeing it. Oh, bro, I told all my confirmations, guys. I gave my confirmations. I got my zone here. I got my resistance line. And now I'm waiting to see what area is going to respect as a double confirmation. Yes, sometimes it's not going to make a perfect double top. And we've seen that happen time and time again. But sometimes we do see it come and make a little slanted double top or a slanted M. Or sometimes we see it come up and make a bigger double top, and hit, and then reverse. See what I'm saying? That makes sense? Yo, I'm very patient. I'm very, very patient. I'm very patient. The reason being is because, like, after the second retest, you watch these things just fall. You watch these things just fall. You know what I'm saying? After you see the second retest, you're like, wow. Like, you'll see some things happen before. Look at this. I'll give an example right now. Check this out. Check this out. Watch, 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 watch. Right here. It's right in front of your eyes right now. You guys see it? Do you guys see what's right in front of your eyes right now as a second retest? Oh my gosh. It came up, came down, it tested, came up, it came down again, and then it moved 102 pips. You know what I'm saying? You see that? Another example right here. Price came. It literally came down, came up, tested this line of support, and then took off. You know what I'm saying? Do you see how it's right in front of us? You see how it's right in front of us? It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Like before, I used to wonder. Yes, no retest, no entry. But like, yo, I used to wonder, like, why? Like, why is this stuff happening? Why is this happening to me? Why is this drawdown happening? Why am I losing money? Why did it reverse after it blew my account? You know what I'm saying? Called the trade right, but I just wasn't patient enough. So with that being said, you guys see examples that happened when price came and tested this line of support, came up and then tested this line of support. The reason being is because, like you saw right here, boom, price failed, came up, boom, enter the trade. You could have got a quick, what? Let's see what happened. You could have got a quick, let's see what it says, 76 pips. So you could have collected your 30 pips, and even if you change your stop loss to stop profit, it came all the way up. If you took your profit up here, whatever. But if it came back down, you still were on profit. You see the power of twin trading? All right, cool. So now let's be prepared. Let's be prepared for this trade, right? I'm about to hop off on here, but let's do a little recap. Let me like delete everything. Let me delete everything up. Let me draw it all again. So that way I can show you guys. That way repetition is reputation, right? Boom. Harmonic scanner gives me on the 15-minute a reversal for a sell. You know what I'm saying? And then you're able to see it too as well for the 1 out, right? Then you come on here. You're like, all right, cool. You come on here. You draw a zone out. Boom. Right. Then you're like, all right, there's an act of resistance here on this wick. There's one right here on these candles. And there's also one right here on this candle, right? Go on the 15-minute. Yes, price came up, bounced off. I didn't even look over here. I was looking over here, right? Bounced off one of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and to see which one, either it comes here, either it comes here, or either it comes here. Is it going to reverse? You know what I'm saying? I watch and I'm patient. This is patience is a virtue when it comes to Forex. I'm just patient. I'm waiting. I'm going to respond. No matter what, it's going to test one of these acts of resistance. It could even come right here. Come up here. And the reason being is like, you're like, okay, cool. Looks like a little shoulder, a head comes back up, and then a shoulder. But wait for the confirmation. Wait for candles to close. You know what I'm saying? Once you wait for candles to close, boom, you got it. You got the entry. You went on the scanner. You drew your technicals. You had your 4 to 5 confirmations. You drew it out yourself. I was not the reason why you profited. You were the reason why you profited because you knew exactly what was going to happen. You guys know how to draw this stuff up. You guys know how to combine everything together. And you guys are profitable, relentless, fearless traders that know exactly why certain things happen in the market because you guys are being patient. You guys are responding. I mean, you're not reacting based off emotion, right? drew 3 lines, and I had a box, and now we wait. You wait, you also have the harmonic scanner as a confirmation. Okay, check it, guys. I said you wait until it tests one of these areas to see if it's really a strong area. I'm not looking at odd USD right now. I made sure I did homework. I made sure that I looked at a chart. I made sure that I drew my confirmations. I made sure that I taught how to draw the supply and demand zones and the resistance lines. And I gave you guys the opportunities of where market could reverse. And all I'm waiting for is that double retest to see which area of resistance is strong in this zone to confirm that it's going to drop. No, these recordings, these sessions aren't recorded. The reason why it's called the live trade room, right? So, all right, cool. So when you take your profit, I gave you guys an example already. I said as soon as one order goes 30 pips in profit, I take that order out and I change my other order to 5 pips stop profit and I let it ride out. Now for me, once it goes 60, 80 pips in profit, I'll usually take my profit. But if you want to know an area of profit, oh my gosh, the harmonic scanner gives you them. Isn't that crazy? So you could place these numbers right here and put them, like you could literally watch this. Second take profit, 1.1030. Let me see. Let me see. So I go to settings, 1.1030. Oh, here's my second take profit. How many pips is that from that profit? Even if it reversed right here. Oh, 41 pips. So now I'm like, I have an area of like, yo, I'm not using fibs. I'm using support resistance. I'm using the scanner. I'm showing you guys how simple. Like, yo, didn't I go on USD JPY? And on USD JPY, I drew 2 lines and I drew supply and demand zone. And then you guys could have profited 100 something pips, 200 something pips, 700 pips. You know what I'm saying? Yo, master the basics, because the basics is the key to be able to profit on a daily basis. Guys, there's always going to be a zone in these areas. Don't try to like look at this. See, oh, there's a zone here. No, look at areas where price really reversed and then draw the zone there, right? All right, guys. I hope this was super clear. If everybody liked this live trade room, if you guys were able to see the real forecast of how to combine the scanner, yo, check this out too. This is after Brexit, after everything, all the fundamentals, all the news that happened. I'm still trying to be able to help you guys with proper risk management and also how to help you guys, right, trade. That's a crazy week to trade. You're saying, as you can see, there's a lot of consolidation that's going on with a lot of pairs, right? What I wanted to do was give you guys a good confirmation for trades, all type of stuff, so that way you guys could profit and you guys could be happy, you guys could be winning, you guys could be free. Because the moment you understand how to take the money out of these markets, 5.3 trillion through this screen, I want you to think this, guys. When you guys look at these charts, and it might seem tedious to draw things out, right? It might seem super tedious to draw a lot of things out, but in all reality, there's $5.3 trillion a day. There's $5.3 trillion a day in these markets. The more that you practice on how to draw out these zones, you could be able to see everything and understand why things happen. Then you could just draw. You could just sit here, you could draw all day, you could draw, you could be ready for trades, etc. And you could just be ready, right? You just be ready, right? You want to understand why certain things happen. You could just draw out these zones, you could draw out these lines and be able to watch how price actually is easy to figure out once you start understanding the basic technicals, right? How super simple it is. Just based off this zone alone, you could have been profiting. Now, let me give an example, right? Oh, I'm just on the MacBook. I'm just using my 2 fingers to scroll this. This is the flick of the wrist. No, I was kidding. So, boom, zone, right? So now I'm like, all right, comes all the way up, test, 250 pips. Awesome, amazing. Boom, you see this come up. This was a double top, right? Then it starts dropping. You could have sold it, right? You could have sold it for 258 pips, right? And then you could have bought it even when the market did gap and came back up. The moment that you saw that price broke through, but then it came back down and respected this zone and this area of resistance, you could have even sold it on this next candle right here and took all of this. And what you did was you waited for the confirmation to enter this trade. Now it's based off resistance and a zone. So you tell me if technicals aren't worth it. You tell me if you just can't trade using technicals. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys are liking this. You guys could thank Christopher Terry because he made an amazing resource, amazing tool, create this amazing company. Very blessed to be able to help you guys with all this type of stuff, you know, so you guys could be able to know everything that I know in my mind, because knowledge is used to something that says what? Applied and shared, right? So combined with a scanner giving you trades, letting you know when these trades are going to happen, now you guys could combine the technical analysis of things, so that way you guys could be able to enter at the correct time. Once you're able to enter at the correct time, you can't lose. You cannot lose. So real quick before I head off, how many, yo, check this out. Check this out. Real quick before I head off, how many people on here enjoyed this live trade room? Yo, how many people on here? How many people enjoy this live trade room? And how many people are starting to understand how clear this is? Yo, this live trade room is fire. No, you guys are the best. You guys are the reason why I do this. You know what I'm saying? No, me. Yo, it's all Gucci. Yo, straight up. I love you guys. I respect you guys on a level. The fact that you guys are on here at this time, it shows your discipline. It shows your commitment. It shows your execution. So the fact that you're on here, you're already 10,000 steps of everybody else. You know what I mean? Yo, I got you guys 100%. I'm always going to be here for you guys. Any feedback, anything that you guys like, I'm here, and I'm here. I appreciate you guys. I'm not leaving you guys. IML is my home. IML is my home. My flag is planted, and I swear I will never go anywhere else. This is the only company that I'll represent my name and brand this, because Chris Terry is an amazing CEO, an amazing mentor. And the fact that we could share all the knowledge within us in our mind, it's amazing. It's very powerful. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys. I know there's going to be multiple regionals. There's going to be multiple events. There's going to be multiple products coming out. We got enough products for 10 years because of Christopher Terry. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. And I'm about to head off, all right? So, yo, you guys have a good one, all right?